The Mad Pranks of Dashu, written by Sukumar Ray, translated by Sudeshna Shome Ghosh, and published by Pratham Books. About the author. Sukumar Ray was born on the 30th of October in 1887 and went on to contribute a great deal of creativity and freshness to the genre of children's literature. He was a celebrated writer and poet from Calcutta who was born to Upendra Kishore Ray, a famous painter, illustrator, musician and a Bengali writer himself, and Bidhumukhi Devi. Sukumar Ray studied the art of photography, lithography and printing technology at the School of Photo Engraving and Lithography in London and became the pioneer of the same in India. His illustrations, writing and unique sketches often found their way in Sandesh, a children's magazine which was launched by his father in 1913. He opened up a refreshing genre of nonsense literature that combined a great sense of humor, absorbing wit, and a sharp ability of observation that fascinated both children and adults alike. Some of the famous and quirky fictional characters he invented include Kumro Patash, Huko Mukho Hangla, Pagla Dashu, Hijibijbij, and so on. Abul Tabul is a popular collection of his rhymes and poems for children, which first appeared in Sandesh but was later published as a book. Sukumar Ray passed away on the 10th of September in 1923, leaving behind his son Satyajit Ray. About the series. Pagla Dashu, a fictional character created by Sukumar Ray, is a free-spirited boy who has adorned Bengali literature with the projections of his whimsical mind and the corresponding manifested pranks. A major riddle to the narrator, he is the protagonist of several of Ray's stories. The stories, being set in and around school, include a majority of the pranks being played on teachers, as they are the favorite adversaries of school children all over the world. Dashu's way with words make it almost impossible for anyone to punish him in a manner more severe than hitting his head or boxing his ears. Pagla Dashu was first published in 1940. About the story. The Mad Pranks of Dashu, translated from Dashur Khapami. This story is a part of the 4-book Pagla Dashu series and revolves around the titular character Dashu's interest in taking part in a play that everyone wants him out of. Knowing Dashu, he would have his way. By the end of the story and the play, Dashu tells his classmates that he is not to be messed with. The story is a fun read as it brilliantly portrays the slapstick humor throughout the series. On the last day before the school vacations, we were preparing to put up a play. Dashu was very keen to act in the play. He made all his friends come up to us and tell us how much he wanted to be in the play. But we were adamant. We can't let him participate. No way. We have not forgotten how Dashu messed up that time he played the role of the general in a play. What happened was this. Challenging the general to one-on-one combat, the spy from Trishur said, "If thou art courageous, unsheath thy weapon." And Dashu was supposed to say, "Then come forth and fight," and whip out his sword from the scabbard. But instead, he kept tugging foolishly at his sword. Not only could he not take out the sword properly, he got so nervous he forgot all his lines. Seeing this, the spy yelled once more, "Unsheath thy weapon." Dashu was so silly, he shouted, "Wait, will you? Can't you see the buckle is stuck here?" Thankfully, I ran onto the stage, undid the sword and handed it to him. Else the play would have ended right then. And that was not the end of it. Towards the end of the play, the king said, "Ask for any reward, O general." Dashu had to say, "Forever may I remain thy servant, my lord." But instead, he started saying another line, then stopped, then stuck out his tongue and said, "Uh-oh, I forgot." Then he looked at me and started giggling. When I glared back at him, he pulled himself together and said the correct line. That's why when this time his name came up, we were sure on what to say. No way, he's not going to be in the play, Bishu said. Dashu will do acting. That will be the end of it, Tenpa said. Bhoju Gardner will be a better actor. Poor Dashu first pleaded with us. Then he got angry and then he fell quiet and went around with a sulky face. While we practiced, he came and sat quietly in a corner and watched us. But a few days before the vacations, he started hanging out with Ganesh, a boy from the 4th grade. Ganesh is quite small, but he's a wonderful orator, so he had been given the part of the heavenly messenger. Dashu started getting all kinds of delicious snacks for him every day. He also gave Ganesh color pencils and coloring books, and even promised to buy him a football during the holidays. We could not understand Dashu's sudden love for Ganesh, but could see how after getting the toys and other gifts, Ganesh was becoming a great devotee of dear Dashuda. We finally understood what was cooking on the day of the show, when we were getting ready to go on stage. As soon as it was 1:30, Dashu appeared in the green room and started putting on the costume. Hey, we said, what do you think you're doing here? Wearing my costume, of course, Dashu replied loftily. And why are you wearing a costume? Surely you're not going to act, I demanded. Dashu made a face. Mr. Know-it-all, aren't you? Who is in the role of the heavenly messenger, you think? My sneaking suspicion was getting stronger. Why? Where is Ganesh? Dashu shrugged. Ask that to Ganesh yourself. That's when I looked around and figured that everyone was there but Ganesh. Ramapada, Bishu and I immediately rushed out to look for him. After searching high and low all around the school, finally we located the wretch behind the cafeteria. He tried to run off on seeing us, but we captured him in a jiffy and bundled him off. Ganesh started crying. I'm not going to act, no way. If I do, then Dashuda will not give me a football. We started dragging him off towards the stage, but our maths teacher spotted us. He glared like an angry demon when he saw what we were doing and roared. 3 of you huge fellows picking on one small fry. Aren't you ashamed? Saying this, he promptly landed one tight slap each on me and Bishu and boxed Ramapada's ears, and then marched off from there. In that time, Ganesh Chandra made himself scarce. There was nothing for us to do but to swallow this insult and return to the green room. There, a huge fight was going on between Dashu and Rakhal. No, you can't act as the messenger of heaven, Rakhal was shouting. Fine, let someone else play the part. I will be the king or the minister. I remember the lines of 5-6 people anyway, Dashu was saying. By now, we broke the bad news that we could not convince Ganesh to play his part. So after lots of arguing and fighting, it was decided that it was better not to annoy Dashu any further. He would be the messenger from heaven. Dashu was delighted. If you create a fuss again like the last time, I will mess everything up, he warned us. After that, the play began. In the first scene, Dashu did not create much of a problem. Only once he spat out some gum in front of the stage. But by the time the third scene came along, he started acting up. He was supposed to only say, "What can mere mortals do if the gods turn away?" But he added some 4 or 5 other lines before that. When I tried to protest from the wings, he scowled, "You all can say such long boring speeches, and if I add a few lines, it is a problem." We would have still let this go, but then in the last scene, when there was no need for him to be on the stage, he insisted he had to go on. We patiently explained that he was the messenger from heaven and there was no way the messenger can come again in that scene. Just in the previous scene, he had said his goodbyes and left for his heavenly abode. The minister was to tell the king that the messenger had given his blessings and gone heavenwards. Finally, Dashu let it go, but we knew he was not happy. The last scene started. After a while, the minister arrived and saying this and that, announced to the king, Showering his blessings, heaven's messenger has gone to the heavens. No sooner was this said than Dashu leaped onto the stage, a huge grin on his face. "And the messenger is back," he said delightedly. This sudden change stopped the minister short and he stood there dumbstruck. We too did not know what was happening and watched open-mouthed. Everyone stood like statues on the stage. Dashu urged the minister, "Go on, continue, my man." At this, the minister got even more scared. Rakhal, dressed as a royal attendant, came forward to whisper something to Dashu. But he started shouting, You nasty fellow, you tried to stop me." And saying this, he slapped the colorful turban off Rakhal's head. Then he turned to the audience and rattled off the king's last speech. "In this land, no more shall there be violence and misrule, no more poverty, no more oppression," etc., etc. himself, and ended with, "There, it's all done now. Off you go, everyone. Go home," and ended the play. Not knowing what to do, we just stood and stared at him. Then ding dong, the bell rang and the curtain fell. Now we woke up and rounded on Dashu angrily. "You idiot! You spoiled everything!" We could not say half the things we had to. "But none of you were saying anything," Dashu said innocently. "That is why I told all the lines myself and ended it for you, or else it would have been even worse. Why did you come when you were not supposed to? That's why everything turned upside down," I scolded. "Why did Rakhal say he will lock me up? Why didn't you all take me in the play right from the beginning? Why did you make fun of me? And why did Ramapada keep glaring at me?" Dashu argued. Ramapada was fed up. "Come, let's land a few punches on this foolish fellow." "Go on, do it. Watch how I shout and gather everyone here in 1 second." Dashu had the last word. This story is read by Geetika Mishra and produced by Prateek Kapoor. You can also find the story on storyweaver.org.in. Storyweaver is a digital repository of multilingual stories for children from Pratham Books.